Hey, what's up guys, Psynaps here. Let's take a look at the making of the Legion intro in this behind the scenes. If you guys like this video, please subscribe to the channel, give it a like, and let me know in the comments what you think. And if you like this intro and you want it with your name, check the description for a link to the Psy shop. I want to make more of these Legion themed intros because I love the colors, I love the Legion theme, and I'm really excited to play the game. I was one of the first people to get invited to the alpha, and I found this area. This castle is beautiful. The texture, the geometry, it's definitely a well thought out area. The colors are awesome. So there is a lot of green, but if you look carefully, you also see a lot of blue and a lot of purple shading in this area. I thought, hey, let's take a capture. And I did a screen capture of this castle. I actually tracked this scene in 3D using Cinema 4D, and Cinema 4D did a pretty good job of tracking this scene. It took a really long time. Then all I had to do was put in the background, add some text, and this is where it all started. And then I thought to myself, wait a minute, this is too simple. Let's add some more stuff. So I went in to WoW model viewer and I started looking around. I thought this scene needs a banner. So I added the banner. I made the banner into a cloth object, so it does appear like it's moving in the wind. But I figured something is still missing. What's going to happen after we pass the banner and go up to the portal itself? That's when I thought, let's add an Infernal. The ones in Legion seem to be really big, so I wanted to make him look huge, and I thought, why not have him throwing a giant boulder and make it look like he's coming out of the portal. Like he jumps out and then that boulder just crashes and explodes into the text. At this point, I definitely had my work cut out for me. This was not going to be an easy task. But the good news is I've got the scene tracked, and so I can stick him right in front of the portal. It should all make sense. I needed another scene, so this one here is a pretty crazy trick because after he throws the boulder, I do a camera pan across the boulder, so it looks like the boulder kind of passes the camera and then the camera follows the boulder. The challenge was, how am I going to get the background to work with this? The background capture is just me walking straight towards the portal. There's no capture of me looking around the room. And so I made the background into a sky. When I pan around the room, it looks like I can actually look around the room. But I'm really not. The room is just mirrored. You can see if I look straight up, you get this weird artifact at the top. And if I look over here, it's actually mirrored. There's no way I can look around the room. That would be impossible. I don't have 360 degree footage of the room. So I had to make do with what I had. That was a pretty cool effect. I used a similar effect on this text where we're just panning by the text. You can see the background kind of moves appropriately with the camera angle. This is where we take those scenes and put them all together in After Effects. And so what I did was I rendered out each layer individually. Naturally, a text layer, the banner layer comes out on its own. There's a fire simulation there. There's another fire simulation on the other side. And so I have full control to move these things around in After Effects and color them independently. So maybe I want to make the text a little brighter or a little darker. I have complete freedom to be able to do that. The Inferno was pretty challenging. As he jumps out, I wanted to add some flares and some light, like he's emerging from the portal. And so without all those flares and stuff, it doesn't really look like anything. It looks like he's just kind of jumping up and then landing. And also, to get him to look like he's coming out of the portal, I had to mask him. And here I kind of use a masking technique. So at first it just looks like his hand is coming out. And then I expand the mask so his body is kind of feathered as it's coming out. And finally, he comes all the way out and he's in the air and just lands on the ground. This guy also has some particles. And so I did a particle simulation just to add a little extra detail. So I took all the green areas on the Infernal and had them emit the particles. Tasty. The boulder is also emitting fire. And when the boulder got close to the text, I thought, let's just make it blow up and create a cool shatter effect as it hits the text and just disintegrates. And because it was emitting fire, when those pieces disintegrated, the fire also spread out and disintegrated. So here in Adobe Premiere, I brought all the pieces together and I edited all the scenes so I could get the timing together. In After Effects, I added a little camera shake. You can see the camera shake here. I also added the flares in After Effects and brought it all into Premiere to do the final edit. Looking at the music layers, I just kind of dropped some sound effects onto the timeline, kind of arranged the timing in Premiere just to get an idea of how the sound effects and the music would go. After I got the timing of the sound effects, I brought it all into Adobe Audition. Adobe Audition gave me the ability to edit all of these layers together and keep the levels from peaking and give it a smooth sound. After mastering and composing the music, at last, we have the final version of the intro. This project was so much fun to work on. We worked on this on my live stream. I got feedback from my viewers from the chat. Thank you guys for the amazing feedback. And I also did some work on this project live on the Adobe stream. Make sure you guys come visit over on Adobe as well when I'm live there. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please subscribe to the channel, give the video a like, and let me know in the comments what you think. Good luck and have fun.